Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and BORSOG Trader. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family and the BORSOG clan. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 6.46% to 21,676. Ethereum up 6.8% to 1240. What we're going to do now is a quick run through of the crypto market. It's really important that you keep your eyes on what sectors and what cryptos are moving. We know that opportunities reset daily. When the market is green, not everything goes up, as you can see here, and when the market is red, not everything goes down either. When people first start trading and investing, they want these returns, but how to get these returns, you need to get in yesterday. For example, if you wanted ICP, which is in cloud storage, or storage, which is in cloud storage, and you wanted to get 11% or 14.63%, how do you get that? You would have got in 24 hours ago. And you can look back to yesterday's video and see what those particular cryptos were doing. It's the same with NFTs. Rare is doing well, 13.28% up. But to get that whole 13.28%, you needed to be buying 24 hours ago. You can see in protocol, STPT is up 19.8%, SYN up 24.25%. A lot of people look at this and say, oh, I'm going all in and more right now. Please don't do that. Please BORSOG on your trades. You need to learn the timing of the market. And if you're new here, a very big welcome. And you probably say, Ken, what the heck is BORSOG? BORSOG is buy on red, sell on green. That's rule 621. BORSOG is the secret sauce of how to make really good returns in any market condition. But BORSOGing requires a very strong mental outlook. You will find more than anything, your psychology will determine your profitability. And you might be saying, Ken, what do you mean by that? If you have an overwhelming negative psychology, one of doom and gloom, one of shattering earth, one of not being able to get out of bed, trading is very, very difficult under those psychological conditions. Why is that? Because the mind always proves itself correct. The mind will actually self-sabotage you if you come at it from that perspective, the markets from that perspective, a highly negative perspective. This is actually one of the hardest lessons to learn in trading and investing. However, if you look at the market from an opportunity resetting daily perspective, if you look at the market from an opportunity perspective which says, I know I can make it, I can do this, the whole world then opens up. You'll see opportunities everywhere. And one of the keys in crypto is to understand Bitcoin's rule. Bitcoin rules the crypto market. If Bitcoin is coming up like this, you can be assured that 99% of the crypto market is coming up with it. And if you're new to the market and you want to get into stable coins and make big returns on stable coins, don't waste your time. They're supposed to be stable. They're supposed to hover around the $1 mark. That is what they're for. They're not called stable for no reason. The markets have been very red of late, so I started BORSOG Trader, which of course is buy on red, sell on green. And I've done this to share the different trades that I've done recently. You can see that you can always make money in the crypto market. A lot of people think when the market goes red, you just can't make money. It's not true. It's not true at all. But you have to have the right psychological view of the market. You cannot have a negative one. You cannot have a positive life with a negative attitude. A few community members are going through life pullbacks. Please know that our love and healing thoughts are with you. As a global family, you're not alone. The sun will come out again, and there's always hope. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. And if you'd like to learn the secrets of being a successful BORSOG trader, please go to the links in the description for the masterclass. And through this link, you can get 80% off. Know also that you can always directly message me on Twitter at any time. To effectively get those returns, those BORSOG returns, we need to do specific things. The first thing is that you need to understand the CTKS method. That will help you understand a crypto psychology. where it goes, what it does, how crazy it is, how sane it is. And cryptos can be pretty crazy, but we can use that to our advantage. Next, you need to look outside the crypto market, checking the stock markets and world events, collecting probabilities. It does matter. It matters very, very much. Then we come back inside the crypto market, finding the market's focus, which is Rule 32. We know Rule 28, opportunities reset daily, and we use Rule 109, enhanced pattern recognition, to better comprehend what's actually going on. But before we buy or sell, and there's a smorgasbord of ways to buy and sell, we must have a professional outlook, a non-emotional outlook. What typically happens, people get beaten on Area 4. They go straight in as new people to the crypto market. They want to buy and sell level. They just want to target. Give me the buy and sell. Tell me when to sell. Tell me when to buy. Crypto moves so quickly that basically signals get out of date just almost in the instance that they're given. You need to do it yourself in this market, and that's why I created the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. It's all about transferring my 30 plus years inside financial markets so that you can read the market and be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Rule 225, Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. Masterclass students, in LV19, you'll get this particular chart. What we were discussing yesterday is when the Nasdaq comes up and hits this resistance line, this dotted line here, we're going to witness one heck of a rally in and across the globe. And this is really good if this actually plays out. And the probability is that it's on the way, but we must check it every day because the markets do what the markets do. They don't create certainty. They like to pull the rug out from underneath people's feet, and it's kind of a hard thing to get used to. Rule 4 is price always moves in waves. You never go all down and you never go all up. You go up and down. And that's why we can BORSOG in any market. And of course, it requires skill. But if we look at the Nasdaq 100, the Nasdaq indice, it's got a long way to go until it reaches this resistance. And so if we see that, that's going to be absolutely sensational for crypto. Why is that? Basically, the charts say it all. When we look at the Nasdaq 100, we've seen the Nasdaq 100 breach through this resistance line that was playing in at around 11,780 and just rally up. We could get a pullback to, for example, it's reaching another resistance level at the moment. We could get a pullback to, for example, 11,932. Hopefully we'll get a consolidation and a push through of this resistance. But you always do your three-dimensional decision making. You know what you're doing if price goes your way, goes against you, or goes nowhere, just goes flat, consolidates. But notice this, what is this blue line here? And if you're new to the community, a very warm welcome to you. It's great to have you here. And it's great to have all of the community every day. It's just beautiful. So what we see, this blue line, that is Bitcoin's price action. And I call it Bitcoin's gravity. You can see Bitcoin has been charging up. Oh, look at this. Coincides with the Nasdaq charging up. Is it a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence at all. We can see the Nasdaq or the major US markets. The major US market indexes have been playing havoc on the crypto space. They're actually in directional alignment at the moment. Will they stay there? The answer is no. They will stay there for a certain amount of time. We'll get consistently reliable signals for a time, and then they will dephase. And this is always about sinking and resinking. It's always going on inside financial markets. Now, let's have a look at what's happened to Bitcoin. We can see it's really rallying up. What could be causing this? Well, of course, the fear is coming out of the market. That is why the market is rallying. And Masterclass students, you'll get these live charts in TM6. And what do we notice with bond prices? Bond prices are starting to come down. Have they lost their support? The answer is no, not yet. The support, and this is a tight support, they're still a way away. So don't we see something interesting in here? What I see when I look at this chart, it's in a channel, and this particular channel is being quite well respected. You can see that bond prices, and this is what happens inside your cryptos too. You just look at the patterns. When you see a channel like this, price is trying to get above this upper leverage point, and it can't quite do it, and it's backing away. It's just lost, well, nearly lost that low. It's just very close to losing it at the moment. So this could be a bit of a turnaround pattern, but it's really very, very early to tell. Now, why do we care? Well, look at the inverse relationship between bond prices and bond yields. What we see actually is bond yields have been falling. What happened to Bitcoin's price? It was falling. Rallied up, yields rallied up because the opposite happened. Bond prices actually came down. They're inversing each other. And we saw an increase in Bitcoin, an increase in the yields, and then they fell. And now they're rising. If this actually breaks support, it's fantastic for Bitcoin. And these are the things that you want to keep your eye on. You have to have much wider knowledge than just the crypto space, and especially much wider knowledge than just your beloved cryptos as well. When we look at gold, we can see it's broken through a variety of different support lines. It's currently under resistance. And when you think about gold representing geopolitical risk, this isn't too bad a scenario. If war was going to break out throughout Europe, we would expect gold to be rallying. We're actually seeing the opposite. And when we look at oil, we've actually seen the opposite recently as well. Oil has been coming down, and that's really good for lowering inflation. Oil-based inflation has been really a big problem. And what do we also notice, and this can impact gold as well, the dollar has been strengthening. There's been a flight to safety in the US dollar, or the DXY. And you can remember yesterday, and many beloved community members said it, sharp angles reflect or sharp angles reverse. Oil was just plummeting down, and then what did it do? It decided, nah, I'm going to go the other way, and it reversed. And this is what we know. Does that mean it could happen to gold? Absolutely. Sharp angles tend to do that. They become unsustainable. So what does it all mean? If we think that about 59.9%, or say $60 out of every $100 is put into the US markets, that was at February 2022. We know that the US markets drive the global economy. This is the fact that you must always understand. Even if you're in Japan or Australia, Germany, UK, China, wherever you are in the world, the US markets will impact your stock market. If your stock market is impacted, your beloved stocks are impacted as well. So what do we see here? If the Nasdaq can breach resistance and go for this secondary resistance line, this strong line here, wow, there's going to be a party inside all markets globally. But remember, all price is moving in a wave. It goes up, then it comes down, it goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, or it goes down, comes up, goes down, comes up. This is what you always want to keep in mind. That's why I created BORSOG trading, because you can be profitable in any market condition. And we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. So it's essential to be able to trade if you're an investor. Looking at the crypto fear and greed index, we can see the amount of fear has remained unchanged. It's still at 18. And when you look at 18 levels of fear going back across Bitcoin, they generally coincide with fairly positive price momentum. So is it certain that Bitcoin and crypto is going up? No, it's not certain. But is it probable? Yeah, it's not looking too bad. But we have to do all our detective work. We can't just take one little piece of the puzzle and say, wow, this is the whole 1,000-piece jigsaw I have in my one piece here. It doesn't work that way. Masterclass students, you'll get this live chart in TG34. We were talking about the Nasdaq and Bitcoin. Let's see what directional correlation exists. What I've just done is to overlay the Nasdaq with Bitcoin. And what do we see here? When the Nasdaq comes up, what's been happening with Bitcoin? When it comes down, what's been happening? When it goes up, what's been happening? When it comes down, don't forget this area, they're actually weekends. Just to prove it to you, that's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So we can see that the stock markets don't work on the weekends. Oh, how slack. But we do see there's a directional bias. If you just zoom out, you can see it really quite easily. Now, what are the Nasdaq futures doing right now? They're just tipping over just a little bit. Now, why would they do that? Why would they do that? We want it to rally. Well, they're doing it for a very specific reason. We're coming into some fairly strong resistance here at the 21,742 mark. Other than that, we have a psychological barrier in place. Notice all these highs that came up, they've formed fairly strong resistance throughout this particular level, literally at where the price is, 21,636. Now, what's going to happen to the market if price can push through this particular area of resistance? Well, it's going to go up, and it could go up very fast. Sellers have been very much defending this zone, this 21,700 zone. So if we actually get above the 21,700 zone and move with any particular momentum to the upside, we're going to do really quite well, because there's not too much resistance in this area between about 22,000 and about 28,000. So just bear that in mind. So what are the bears going to do? Well, they're going to rip into the bulls if they possibly can. They'll be trying to squash price down. But what is this? That's an institutional candle. That's an absolutely massive move up. What is this trying to do? It's trying to breach this level and liquidate all the shorts. When the shorts actually liquidate their positions, they have to buy. And if they have to buy, it's going to push the price up dramatically. But beware, we're not there yet. We're starting to get the first inklings of it, which is fantastic. But this particular zone has been defended time and time and time again. If you're using leverage, and I know a lot of influencers push leverage, what you have to understand, in the crypto market, professionals hunt stops. They're actually out there hunting your stop loss positions. So that's why I recommend just going at spot. Spot just means you own it. And it's all about just getting the skill. It's not about gambling. If everything in the crypto market is like, oh, this is like going to the casino, well, the house always wins if that's the case. But if you want to make substantial returns, just come across and subscribe to BORSOG Trader. It's our other brother channel that I created because I saw so many people losing hope and getting so negative in the crypto market when things were selling off. I said, well, I'll share some trades and just show you that it is possible. It's always possible to make money because crypto is so volatile. And all of these positions, all of these percentages are made at spot, and they're made going long, not going short. You can't go short at spot. You have to go under leverage. But going short can wipe out your account and more. You have unlimited loss potential. I've been inside financial markets for more than 3 decades, and I'm very, very conservative. That's why I take this stance. What do we see with the short and long liquidations? We use derivatives to actually understand how the rest of the market is behaving. It can give us an edge. So we can see the longs have been coming out of the market, which is really peculiar. They've been cashing out, literally. And look at the shorts. They've been coming into the market, but they've been getting liquidated. All of this upward momentum is not good for the shorts. The shorts want the price to go down, not up. We can see over the last 24 hours, about 174 million in liquidations has occurred, over 42,937 positions. Out of all the liquidations across the past 24 hours, 83% have been short. What about the last 12 hours? 86% short, increasing. The past 4 hours, about 85% short. What about the past hour? Around 64% short. So the shorts are getting less liquidated as time goes on. And what do we see with total daily liquidations overall? The poor old shorts have been getting hammered for a little while here, but you can always see that some long positions are also liquidated. The longs and the shorts are always getting liquidated. They're liquidating each other. Another thing that we can look at is the max pain or options expiration. So we can see that nothing has changed in the current day. It was 19,500, it went up to 20,000, and it's at 20,000 for the next 2 days. The max pain level has not actually risen up to meet price as yet, but traditionally it does exactly that just before the options expiration. And one particular thing to keep in note, the end of month options expiration is expected to be 25,000. So that would clearly put us above the 22,000 if that occurs. What could reasonably happen next? Always have your three-dimensional decision-making process and start with it going against you. If you want things to go up, think about, well, what would I do if price came back to 20,327, this A level? What would you do with your portfolio and your specific trades? What would you do if price broke above this 21,744 level and started to party and it got above 22,000 and then it took off? What would you do then? And the answer is you cannot be paralyzed by fear. One thing, as a trader, you're always looking to get in and out, turn over your money. So from that perspective, we don't care about nailing tops or bottoms. They don't exist for us. We're in the trade all the time and we're just riding it. What is the options market telling us? The options market is saying we expect price to come down. What is the derivatives market telling us? It says because of the long and short liquidations, we had a lot of short liquidations, but they're starting to roll over. They're starting to get less. Does that mean that they will continue to get less and less and less and roll over? Perhaps. We've got this 20,800 support level. And what about the concept of Rule 4? That's something you must always bear in mind. That's price moves in waves. What does this mean? And this is really critical. We've had a wave up. What do we expect? A wave down. That would be fine. We had a wave up here. What do we expect? A wave down. This is a sharp angle. What is that? It's a reflective sharp angle. There are so many rules that we apply to trading. Trading will make you an A-grade investor, and it will help you to actually understand when to get in and when to get out, and what to do about it in between. Please let me know in the comments, what is your view on the market? Where do you think Bitcoin will be going to? And you could even give a potential figure. You could say, I think it's coming down to, say, 20,000, or I think it's going to 22,000. It's all active learning, and you want to actively learn, because if you don't, crypto just moves so fast. If somebody gives you a signal, that signal may be absolutely out of date. That's why I always try to share different methods that can make you more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love by you actually acquiring the knowledge. And that's what the Masterclass is all about. Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TG34 and of course all these indicators. In the top 100, the cryptos with the greatest gainers are Storage out in front, 11.75%, Aave over 11%, ICP nearly 10%, Neo nearly 8%, Matic just a little over 7.5%, Nexo about 6%, and Uni about 6% as well. Let's go the other way. And what are the greatest losses over the past 24 hours? You can see they've not been much. Maker down just under, 1.79%. KCS around 1% down, and that's about it. That's not a very losing streak in the market. What does this show us? Please let me know in the comments. It's all about active learning. and we've got some awesome community members. Thank you to all our beloved global family members who made comments in the comments section on YouTube yesterday. Someone you know had a question: which heat map is Ken using in the daily videos? This one is cryptorank.io/heatmaps. I hope that helps you, my friend. And I love what Pedram said: the real students are still here. Woohoo! It's so true, Pedram. I think the people that are staying now are the gladiators of the crypto space. It's just awesome. And the Zen masters. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin, because enhancing your pattern recognition is really important. We can see Bitcoin's price is trying to challenge that top level resistance. And what do we see on Ethereum? The same thing, trying to challenge that top level resistance. And we can see Bitcoin's gravity, this blue line. Ethereum is acting with more strength. What about Binance Coin? Again, trying to challenge top level resistance. What does it mean if the whole market is trying to challenge its top level resistance? Please let me know in the comments. It's an important question. And let's have a look at XRP. Look at this. It's really, really interesting. If you look at this particular dynamic, this behavior in Bitcoin, and then we apply it, look at that. XRP actually overcame top level resistance back in, well, around the 24th of June, and it partied up and then got pulled back to Bitcoin's gravity, and it's starting to get above. But is its top level resistance up here? Please let me know in the comments. What about ADA's top level resistance coming in at about 50? Yep, that's better. 50.74. Well, it's under it. And we've noted that ADA has been incredibly weak, which is very, very sad, because with the Vassal hard fork coming out, we would have expected much more potential. Okay, what about Solana? Solana, again, notice what is happening with Bitcoin's gravity and how, just like XRP, Solana escaped it. Solana has been very, very strong. But remember all the hacks and all the problems that Solana was facing. It got away from Bitcoin's gravity. Notice this particular dark area here. And then what happens? The weak become strong. And let's have a look at Doge. Doge, when we look at it, it's really, really strong in terms of the differential between itself and Bitcoin's gravity. Well done, Doge. And look at DOT. DOT is really, really weak as well. And we can see this weakness is just now aligning with Bitcoin's gravity. But we would expect DOT and ADA to become strong later. And this is something that you will always notice. The strong become, please let me know in the comments, and the weak become, please let me know in the comments. This active style of learning introduces you to a different way to actually gain knowledge and make a lot of friends in the crypto space, because our global community is just awesome and they're very, very welcoming as well. And well done to everyone in the last episode. Brett and Beardy, sharp angles reflect or reverse. It's really important to know that. Let's have a look at some more top cryptos. We can see Tron in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but much, much stronger. SHIB really rocking it. It's doing incredibly well. AVAX following Bitcoin's gravity. Matic, so very, very strong. And what about Uni? Incredibly strong. What about Litecoin? Doing really well, following Bitcoin's gravity, also stronger than Bitcoin at the moment. FTT, also stronger than Bitcoin. And Chainlink, not as strong as the other cryptos here. We can see that Stellar is just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, as is NEAR. And we can see Atom, Cosmos, is just a little bit stronger, and it's getting above that resistance, heading into this resistance here, but it's looking really, really good. Algo, moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. And look at Bitcoin Cash, was very, very weak, but now starting to pick up. It's done a really good spike in there. Good spike. Ethereum Classic is absolutely moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but is a little stronger at the moment. VET just a little bit stronger. You can see these cryptos are very different from the last 8. What about Mana Decentraland? Moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but way more strength. From an active learning position, which out of all of these cryptos do you think is the strongest and why? It's really good to actually go back and have a look. Let's have a look at Flow, moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. What about Ape? Ape is doing really well, moving in alignment but a lot stronger. Look at Sand, what a powerhouse. It basically broke out and did a sharp angle, reflected, did another sharp angle, reflected, doing another sharp angle, reflected. Okay, you get the idea. It's doing pretty well. H-bar, just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but weaker at the moment. This is the first one that we've seen that it's actually weak. And what about Tezos? Moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, as is ICP. ICP starting to break out, and you can see that with Bitcoin and that with ICP. It's following it. What about Theta? Theta has been really all over the place. It was weaker than Bitcoin's gravity, but still moving with it. It came down hard with all of the other cryptos and then repaired very quickly. It's been up and down. It's really choppy. Let's have a look at Axie. Axie is just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. You can see that Axie is lagging Sand and Ape and some other metaverse plays. Could be interesting to keep your eye on. And the question is, which one of all of these particular projects, going across every single one of these, which do you think is stronger? It is a really good active learning thing to do. And the more you learn, the more the market will reward you. Only knowledge can yield the result, and doing the experience as well. So I would always recommend that you go across to the BORSOG channel and have a look at actual trades that were done. And please let me know, where do you think Bitcoin will head to? It's looking quite good in terms of strength. Do you think we'll breach this particular level at around 21,700? Or do you think we'll do a wave down or a wave up? Please let me know in the comments. I'd like to share something really valuable with you. If you see the difficulty in every opportunity, the market will relentlessly take your money and give it to those who see the opportunity in every difficulty. This is absolutely correct. You need to look at the market with an open mind and an opportunistic mindset. That doesn't mean that you're an opportunist. Opportunist, that really just means that you're positive. You're looking for what can go right, not what can go wrong. So many people look for what can go wrong all the time, and guess what? They create it. And then the next natural thing is they get really angry. But the mind is very powerful. If you say you can, you can. And if you say you can't, guess what? You're correct as well. As a question for today, we might like to talk about mindset. How important do you feel it is to have a positive mindset about the market, an opportunity-focused mindset? Please let me know in the comments. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting Masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global KS family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use and the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please use the links in the description to seek out an ambassador to get 80% off. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. I'll be releasing a coffee club video just today, and you'll find it very valuable. I'm going to be exploring some new things in there, and this is just my way of saying thank you to the very kind and generous community members who've reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/CryptoTradingKS. And if you're still here at this time, please leave something about coffee in the comments on YouTube. I would love to see those comments. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.